on if you want while I tweet everything out.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't mind.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. For anyone who's here, anyway. There we go. Got 2 instant viewers over on Twitter. Yeah, what I'll do is I will just do the settings on YouTube, and then yeah, we will. I'll tweet everything out, and then we'll be going. But welcome to anyone who's viewing so far. Welcome back to another Stonksy stream. Great to have you here. So what's your have you closed your trades out yet, mate? Because you had some mega trades on, didn't you?
Oh, hang on, let me just get me screen up and I'll show you. Right. Okay. Am I on yet?
I'll put you on now, yeah. I'm done. Bang, there you go.
Right. Is anybody watching?
We will have some people in, but we will definitely have more people coming in once I start tweeting out, yeah.
Once the coach arrives.
Yeah. That's it. The coach is on its way.
Right. Let's have a look. So yeah, my big trades. Well, this was one of them. So what I did with this one was just hang on. This one was just Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And what I did, I closed quarter of it out sometime last night. When was it? Can't think when it was now. Anyway, I closed quarter of it out, so that gave me $288 profit. And then what I did this morning, I opened a little Ethereum trade actually. That's this one here.
Ah, okay.
With some of the winnings from that.
Yeah.
My idea with this was to get a bit of money together, put into my second BLOFIN account to set up the bot with, like the other bot, the low frequency bot.
Yeah.
So that was the plan there. So at the moment, also what I did was when we had that little pullback on Bitcoin a few minutes ago,
yeah,
I added to that trade there. So I added here, which kind of, ruined my entry a little bit, but not too bad. So my entry is now 88,816. I'll do to move my stop loss into profit again.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put that somewhere there, just in case something crazy happens. So that's the BitUnix one. That's really good. So I've taken 288. Unrealized profit is 1,144. So that's about, what's that, about $1,400, isn't it? Yeah. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
My margin on that started off at about $600. So I've done really well there. It says 134% profit. This morning that was saying over 200 before I messed up my entry. My Bybit one, I've decided not to touch because I've got a real habit. Hang on. Yeah, there it is.
Unrealized. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, very nice, mate. Very nice.
So I've got a real habit of messing around with my trades, like what I did with that BitUnix one. I kind of do things like I take a bit of profit, then I put it back in, and then obviously your entry goes up a little bit, and then eventually, your entry gets too near where the price is, and then you decide to close it, and I don't know. It's the way I tend to come out of trades anyway, which is not a bad thing. But with this one, the entry was so good because the entry was 86,472, which seems like a long way away now. That was where is it? Oh, hang on. I think I'm looking at the USDT chart. we're all over tears this morning, aren't we?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for joining. Do make sure you drop a like.
Because we're gone straight into it.
That's it. We've just gone straight in. No warm up, nothing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you see here, this, my entry's right down here. We've got the stop loss there that could go higher now. So this one's cool. This one's like $1,833 in profit, 188%. So that's doing bloody marvelous.
That's very nice, mate. Yeah, very, very nice.
And I had a BitGet one as well, didn't I? I've completely forgotten about it. Let me just find that. I did actually have four different trades open at once. Oh, the other one was a BLOFIN one, but it was tiny. But I shut that down, and that's going to become part of the bot experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll talk more about when the coach arrives.
Yeah, I think the coach is pretty much here. I think we've got really good viewership now on YouTube. Everyone's arrived. We got Rag the Great was first. Lee Scully was second. Lee Scully says, I'm so happy to be part of Stonksy Peeps now. Well, it's great to have you, Lee. I think it's been a long time coming at it, but great to have you. You signed up yesterday, I think it was. Justin, legend, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Reggie, man, yo to you. And Rag the Great says, hey, Stonksy, is it good to short? We do not provide financial advice on this stream, unfortunately, mate. But if you think it's a good opportunity to short, just make sure, you've got your point of where you're wrong, you're happy with, potentially what you'd lose if it hits your stop loss. And then you can always have a go. Obviously, we've had a huge run up with barely any pullback. So at some point, you would imagine we would get a pullback. But it's completely up to you, mate. Can't tell you to go short, unfortunately, though. We could have a look to see if it is a good opportunity to short based on TA and stuff like that. But I can't directly go, go do it, because we do not provide financial advice on this stream.
I think that's what he was saying, though. He's saying, hey, Stonksy, is it good to... Oh, I see. I thought he was saying, is Stonksy good for short?
No, yeah, he's basically saying, is it fine to go short here? I think it's basically what he was asking.
Yeah, okay. I see. Yeah, but you can use Stonksy to identify short entries, and so you can, but at the moment it looks good, doesn't it? So this is the BitGet one. This one was tiny. This was like not tiny, but hang on. So so this one here, I'm actually trading this with BGB.
I was gonna say, I was looking at that then.
Yeah, so BGB is the native token of BitGet, and you can actually, although you can't actually do like inverse perpetual trading with BGB itself, you can use BGB as margin to trade other things.
Right. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that.
It's because you don't watch my channel. You're not subscribed, obviously.
I am. I've never seen that though. I've never seen that before. So that's a nice bit of information to have there.
Yeah, it's and it's cool because what I found is that BGB tends to sort of do the opposite of what, not the opposite, but the kind of, sometimes when Bitcoin's doing really bad, BGB's doing okay. So sometimes if you're using that as margin and your Bitcoin's going down, you actually find that your margin's sort of increasing as the price is falling, sort of thing. And I don't know, it's just a very weird thing. Anyway, but consequently here, so 69 BGB, I think that's worth about $200, I think, or it was yesterday anyway. It's worth a bit more now. So that one, that's actually really good. That's 189% in profit. I mean, that one's $586. So so I think I've made about, well, if I closed it all down now, I've made about $2,500-3 grand, don't I? Something like that.
Yeah, and that is on track to pay for your mat that you was looking at.
It is. It is.
It would pay for it, and some change as well. Probably some fun weekend activity.
yeah, I could do with some of that.
Yeah. We got Justin saying, keep running up and crush the hopes and dreams of shorters. And Wiz says, afternoon, gents. Afternoon to you, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Do make sure you all drop a like on the stream. Do subscribe as well if you happen to be new.
And the other success story is the bot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it would be good to move on to the bot shortly. But I think obviously just discussing for everyone who's come in as you're running through your trades that are watching the stream now, what is your personal plan for your trades at the moment for the ones you've got open? What are you looking to do with them?
Okay, so this Ethereum,
I think that'd be a nice little round off maybe if we cover that, and then moving on to the bot would be great because it caught a great trade yesterday, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to miss the start of the next one. I think my plan is here with this Ethereum one. I want to close this so that I can send the money over to BLOFIN and set up the bot. So what I might do, actually, let's just have a look at what Ethereum's doing on Stonksy. Hang on a sec. Right. Go to my Stonksy.
I tell you what, it got another great 5-minute indication.
Man, I was going to say that.
Yesterday morning it was 5 minute on the 5 minute again with the green background and green arrow, and just pretty much just caught right before it started to run, and it just went bang, 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 didn't it?
I wish I'd have kept an eye on that because when was that? That was Tuesday. Yeah, so yesterday afternoon. Yeah, because all hell broke loose, didn't it? After we finished the stream, and that was when the big pumpage was. And sure enough, Ethereum went green background here on the 5 minute, like we were talking about. Well, like Dave likes when he's in a longing mood. Yeah. And then we got this confirmation here, this little green triangle. I must admit, the more I look at this, I think you're actually bang on with this. It seems to work almost every time. And it works on lots of different assets as well. But this was brilliant. I didn't manage to get in there. I only thought about doing it this morning, actually. But at the moment, I don't know. I kind of want to close it down, but I don't. Just have a look at it on the 3 minute. Maybe what I'll do, I'll set a take profit somewhere like 1833.
Yeah.
And if it closes, then I'll move that money across and we'll do the bot stuff. Hang on a sec. So
I can take. Do you want me to take over the screen while you sort that out? More than fine to whack mine on now. If you would rather me be on while you sort out whatever you need to.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Do you think the bot's going to open up open a trade while we're on? It'll probably wait for a pullback.
The low frequency one, is it the one that you're doing?
Yeah, but I don't think either of them are in a trade at the moment.
Okay. I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, isn't it? It's hard to say. Yeah.
Tell you what. Look, this is about 10%. Sod it. I'm going to close that, and then if you stick your screen on, I'll move that money across to BLOFIN, and then we can do that stuff over there.
Yeah. Hang on. Right. Remove yours. Let me present mine. Let me load up. Right, let's get my screen on. Let me know in the chat as well. What have obviously for those of you that are on the bot, you would have caught a superb trade from this run up. But what have you guys personally been doing? Right, let's whack my screen on. Bang. There we go. So yeah, obviously started the run up, didn't we? Very late on Sunday. Well, actually, it was right up Monday morning with this first impulse, and then we went sideways, chopped sideways, and then kind of wasn't so much of an impulse at start. It was kind of just grinding high. This candle was big, but then kind of just chopping higher, and then obviously a few big impulses yesterday, and then obviously this one was wild, wasn't it? Because this actually came on like within a very small amount of time. It was just one big push up late last night, which did line up with a big old candle on the S&P 500 at the same time. So yeah, Bitcoin working very nicely with that. But yeah, unbelievable run up that we've had over the start of this week.
There was something happening there, wasn't there? There was a speech going on.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was to do with was it to do with that new bloke in the SEC or something? He was getting sworn in or something. So
I don't know.
And I think he said something like, I don't really know, to be honest. I'd gone for a bit of a walk, and I was listening to. I'll tell you what I'm into. Actually, there's a channel called like Trader TV or something like that. It's a Canadian thing, and they just do all the like traditional markets and stuff, and it obviously it finishes on the US close. So for us, that's like 9 p.m. So I normally pop out for a bit of a walk at that time, and I had my headphones on, listening to that, and I think they were saying that the new bloke got sworn in, I think by Trump or something, and he said something like, "I'm going to make Bitcoin and Ethereum a priority," or something like that. I think that's what it was. If someone can clear up what actually happened, but I think that was part of the reason for the pump. I think. Right.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't aware of that, but that sounds logical. Like, yeah, for sure. Regiman says it's a paradox. ETH never goes green. We are all dreaming. ETH is great. It had a good run up yesterday, actually, but again outperforming today. Very nice. Leasley says, "Is there a vid on how to set up alerts with Stonks on TradingView?" There is, mate. Yeah, there is on the YouTube channel. If you go on the YouTube channel, tell you what, we could probably do it while we're on stream. Hang on. If I go over to your channel, I'll show you exactly where it is. Obviously, go on videos, and we'll have to scroll down a little bit. Where is it? Here you go. How to set alerts with Stonksy, right there. Scroll down 5 months ago. There it is. So that'll help you out, Lee. Do go check that out. We've got. We're saying anyone catch Zebro. Let's go and have a look. Zebro. Let's go and take a look at Zebro. Wow. Bloody hell. This is the one that's linked to ZRO, isn't it? Am I correct on saying that? I think Wiz or Justin will probably be able to answer that. But I'm sure, is this linked to ZRO? I think it is, isn't it? But what a move. What a move. Look at that. Just all that selling pressure just wiped out in bang, 2 massive daily candles.
Wow.
Unbelievable. What have we got? Howdy. Did you long Bitcoin? No. Obviously, caught the Stonksy bot trade, though, which was nice. No, I looked at Zebro yesterday morning and decided against it. I tried to short it early, just stopped out before it dropped. No, it's a meme, believe. I don't know. Justin saying yes. So Wiz is saying no. Justin saying yes. Which one is it? I don't know. I thought it was linked to ZRO, but is it not? I don't know. Maybe we could get some clearing up in the chat. I don't know. Justin says yes. Wiz says no. Who do I believe more? I tell you what's looking not so bad is let's make these lines. Not looking so bad is Jupiter coming back to potentially claim a very nice key level here at 48 cents. As you can see, the confluence with 48 cents. Support, flip to resistance on the daily. Maybe, just maybe, are we going to get reclaim of 48 cents? Then that's obviously maybe the low on Jupiter. Who knows? But overall, I think ETH is obviously being very receptive of the Bitcoin pump, taking the advantage to come and pump up. What do you think happens next, mate? So obviously, I know you've closed. I think you closed one of your trades out, but are you just gonna ride them, or are you using a trailing stop, or what?
At the moment, I've got stop losses set really quite low, but they are in profit.
What was I looking at then? That just had that big downwards candle. I don't know. I don't know what. So something had a big downwards candle then on the daily. I don't know what it was. What was that? Oh, Bitcoin dominance.
All right.
Bitcoin dominance with a big, quite a chunky red candle so far on the daily.
What's that all about?
So, well, it's giving alts room to run in it. You got ETH outperforming up 3%, Sol's up 2%. I tell you what is looking juicy is XRP. Obviously, this was long time supply zone. Well, say long time over the past month or so supply. Obviously, every time the price has popped into here, it's come up. I'm looking for potentially a run into here around 245-ish. Well, pretty much anywhere above like 243. Back into supply here. As you can see, supply came into the market, bang. So if it can start running up into here, I would be very, very interested in taking a short on XRP up there. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I've got that. Obviously got my alerts ready on that. Probably had another one here. Let's add another one. And we will wait for that to see if it comes. What are we going to get on Bitcoin today? Going to be an interesting day on Bitcoin, isn't it? Because when was the last time we saw strength like this on Bitcoin? Let's go and have a look on the 1 day. All that was completely eradicated, wasn't it? We've now broke out of obviously this trading range that we had here. So I need to rework all that. But we did come up. We didn't actually tap the top of that candle, did we? Where that was the top of the candle of Trump saying he was going to do a reserve. So we didn't actually come up and tap that. But as you can see, that area kind of is quite clear SR on Bitcoin now. Given that it was support for so long through here, then obviously flipped to resistance there. So what comes next is very interesting.
I was watching. Actually, I wasn't watching. I was actually driving and listening to Eric Crown this morning, and I can't remember his actual logic for it, but he was favouring the sort of like 95 to 96 sort of level for like the end of this week, really.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, he's normally fairly spot on with stuff, really. So, I mean, looking at your chart like a minute ago when you had all the stuff from earlier on in the year, I would say that probably looks like a reasonable sort of area.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for my money to arrive over in BLOFIN.
Yeah, fantastic. Justin says, I know nothing about crypto, just here to trade. Well, that's it, mate. And that's it. That's what we were saying yesterday, wasn't it? That, you know, the main objective is to make money from the market before anything else. Hello, Hala. How are we doing? Great to see you in the chat, mate. Absolute legend. Thank you very much for joining. Pump had huge red candles. What is Pump? I don't know what Pump is. Is it something linked to Pump Fun? Either way, it's off to zero. What's off to zero? Pump. I don't know what's going on in the chat anymore. Lee saying render's very cheap. Deep is sending. Stocks are absolutely sending too. Easy, Kev. How we doing, my mate? Great to see you. Yes, Kev. Thank you very much for joining. And make sure, those of you that haven't already, do make sure you slap a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Welcome to the very green stream today. It's been a green stream all week, isn't it? And we are continuing on that way. Obviously, Stonksy is still green on the 1 hour as well. So that is great to see. What have you got? Do you want to? Would you want to show the bot trade? Should we load up the bot trade?
What I'll do first of all is I'll just give us a second. Let me just get.
Oh, you're waiting for that money to go in BLOFIN, wasn't you?
I am, but what I can do, I can show you the other account first of all, can't I?
Yeah, if you want, of course. Sui is absolutely sending as well. Look at that. Look at Sui absolutely sending. Big vertical move. What's Ton doing? Where's Ton? Here. Ton's up nicely. I'm guessing your trade went well yesterday, Justin. I imagine you probably got full profit on that, given how Ton's moved. We haven't had really much movement. OM's moved a little bit, but not much. To be fair, Reggie, you're probably getting You're getting very close back to your entry, aren't you, if that was still open? What else have we got on the list that's moved very nicely over the past day? IMX, big mover. Immutable X, big move. Up 15% today. ENA is up very nicely. 8%. Sending. Jasmy. The good old Jasmy, the old favourite Jasmy. Coming back into now. Looking like it wants to reclaim the key SR zone here. If we reclaim that, then obviously, as you can see, the next kind of area would probably be up towards 24, maybe 25 cents. It's kind of the range that it's traded within before obviously breaking out on these upside moves. So, yeah, key one to keep an eye out, Jasmy. And what else have we got? Aero. Oh, remember Aero. Oh, look at that. Hey, Wiz special. Aero there. Wow, look at that. Absolutely sending on Aero as well. So everything's getting a jolly old pump, isn't it? Borg. There you go, mate. That's one for you, that.
What's that?
Borg, go up 8%.
Oh, wow.
Borg is on its way. Let me know if there's any altcoins that you want us to cover. Get them in the chat, and we will cover them for you.
Okay, I can show you the bot from yesterday if you like.
Yes, let's go. Let me remove mine. Bang, you're up, mate. You're on. Live and direct.
Okay, so this is the high frequency bot that I set up exactly 3 weeks ago today, wasn't it? Because it was a Wednesday. So I set this up with 250 USDT. There was nothing else in this account. I used everything in there. So that 250 is now 437, which is bloody amazing, I think. It's currently not in a trade. So if we look at the position history, do bear in mind I've tweaked a few settings on here, like I'm doing 10x leverage, and occasionally I have closed it myself. If it says close here, that's because I've closed it. But when it says trader close, that means the bot's closed it. So the trade from last night, or yesterday rather, was actually 51.75%. That was 154 USDT that made, which I'm so happy about. So what I've been doing here, I've been plotting my winnings on this spreadsheet here. And I've added a few bits to it now. So what I've done here, I looked at the Medium article over on the Stonksy Discord, and that was saying that the monthly gain last month, or what's quoted on the Medium article, was actually about 30%. So I think realistically we can look at 1% a day, which is, if you can achieve 1% a day, it's absolutely phenomenal. So so what I did was I use this formula here, which is the compound interest formula. So this is like starting with $250, and that's increasing by it says 0.01, so that's like 1%. And that one there means like each day. Okay. And then that A2 is referring to the day number here. So I've got the actual day number of when I started. So I started on April the 2nd. So you can see here that if you were to increase by 1% a day, that's how it would increase. And that's this orange line here. Okay. So what I'm hoping the blue line, which is the actual, what the bot's achieved, that's these figures here. I'm hoping this blue line will kind of follow this orange line. Now at the moment this orange line looks like it's straight and flat. It's not. It is exponential, but it's very, very early days. And you can see that even in the first 30 days, what we'd be looking at is if it does do this, it would go from 250, and then by the 2nd of May, which would be its 1 month birthday, it would be at 336. Well, we're actually at 437 already, so it's actually beating it rather well at the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next one it loses maybe, and then, but if it keeps going up near this orange line, I'm going to be so happy, because, you know, obviously if you extrapolate this for like a year or so, the figures get quite silly and large. So yeah, at the moment the bot's doing great. There are a few things we spoke about in the Discord. One of them is hang on. One of them is the settings here. At the moment, the maximum you can set that to is 3,000 USDT. And I've forgotten who the baller is in the Discord who wants to go crazy with it. Is it? Do you know?
I think. Well, a few people have asked about it. A few people have asked. I think today it was Lee, but a few people have asked, can we get it upped?
Yeah.
So yes, we will definitely look at doing that.
So at the moment the limit is 3,000, right? Which I don't think anyone's actually using that much at the moment, but I'm sure they will be soon. So what I discovered in the last couple of days was that if you set this to the maximum anyway, what happens when the bot kicks in, even though I've only got 437 USDT in the account, it will basically use all that minus a little bit for the fees to open the trade. So you know, that's there to know, and that's, if you do that, that means that it auto compounds until you've got an opening order of 3,000 and you don't have any more money, you know. But so that's incredible. So that limit is going to get increased. Now I believe when they increase that, the maximum is 50,000 USDT, which is an insane amount of money. But I'm sure some people are going to be using that, and that's going to be incredible. So at the moment, the bot's not in a trade. Now there is another bot as well, which I am going to set up today. And I'm trying to think the best way to do this, because this is on my other browser. So normally what happens when I stop sharing this, I mess it up and accidentally leave the live stream. So
yeah. I tell you what though, before you go off that, you've had a great return, haven't you, so far?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've gone from 250 to 437. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if.
I imagine most of, because I think on yesterday's stream he was about plus 80 P&L, wasn't you? Before on yesterday's stream, I think it was about plus 80 before obviously that trade triggered off.
Oh yeah. It was under 300. Yeah.
So yeah, great return there. And obviously for those of you that are watching, you know that the profit that you made yesterday is basically would have paid for like a full month, wouldn't it? Near enough.
It would do now. Yeah.
Just off the trade from yesterday. So that is absolutely cracking. But I'll tell you what I'll do, mate, is I'll remove your screen again and I'll add mine, and then you can just stop sharing yours and then load up whatever browser you want without having any issues then.
All right.
But yeah, we'll carry on looking at Bitcoin. Obviously, I think what chart is it that I've got mapped out? I think is it this one? Have I got anything to the upside? No. So obviously, to the upside, we've got this area here. Obviously, for a daily close, ideally we'd want to get above 106. But, you know, all throughout here, obviously we're just firing wicks into here and getting absorption on them. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Bitcoin, obviously, you know, this kind of 92k area, as marked out here, key pivot, is a key pivot, and you can see why, obviously, used as support so often throughout this range that we was in. But also, we obviously do have this kind of area, which was probably going to be a sticking point for Bitcoin in the short term. I think this was marked out on my other chart before. But yeah, we kind of need to reclaim this. Obviously, this was one range for about 3 weeks. And obviously, again, you can see here on the daily, just firing, you know, wicks into here and getting rejected. So this, you know, is quite a key compact range in here for Bitcoin. Maybe if we do carry on upwards, potentially maybe the case for coming, getting wedged back in here maybe before anything else. I don't know. We'll have to see, obviously, if and when. But in the meantime, yeah, superb pattern. I mean, there's quite a a famous pattern. If we do mark something out on this, I don't know what the name of it is, but obviously when price comes up, and then it starts like kind of ranging, and then it drops back out, and then come up, and then bang, something like. I don't know what the name of this pattern is, but that's kind of what we've done on Bitcoin, isn't it? If you look at that, and obviously you got the fake out there. You can see that kind of here. Where is this potentially, the deviation, the fake out, and then we've reclaimed here, and then just gonna just back kapow. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, very interesting to watch, but absolutely unbelievable move. I tell you what, is anyone in the chat? Does anyone still have a long open from down here? Does anyone still have a long open from down here? That would be interesting to know. Let us know in the chat if anyone still has a long open from in the 70s. I bet that trade would be absolutely on fire right now.
Wish.
Yeah, you could buy yourself about 3 MacBooks there, mate.
Yeah, actually, I've had a bit of a thought about that. I think
buy yourself a Mac Pro.
But there's no point really, because I don't want the fan in it, because I don't want the fan kicking in when I'm doing videos.
Yeah.
But I think what I might get, because at the moment doing these live streams, I'm like flicking around between tabs all the time and different browsers. I think what I might get first is a massive monitor, so that I've got the screen that's on the live stream, and then I can just see everything, and then just drag in the bits that I need.
What type of monitor?
I don't know. I'm looking. There's a great big Dell one called.
I like the ones that are like, I think they're about like 30, 40 inch or so, and they're like curved, so it would just like curve all around your desk. Do you know which ones I mean?
I do. I'm not bothered about the curve myself, but yeah, I'm looking at that sort of size, like 43 inches or whatever.
Yeah.
Why do they measure monitors in inches rather than centimeters? Like,
I don't know.
Weird, isn't it? It's weird. Isn't it? I'll tell you what, they even do that in France. They actually like the French. The French haven't got a clue what an inch is, right? If you say to a French bloke, do you know what an inch is? They'll just like have no idea. And even if you show them a ruler or a tape measure with inches on, they think it's from Mars, right? But when you buy a monitor, it'll have the taille d'écran. It'll have the size of the monitor in pouces, right? Now, pouce is the French word for thumb, which is about an inch long, isn't it? And they actually measure them in pouces, which is like inches.
I don't know. I reckon my thumb's probably more than an inch.
Well, I'm not talking about the size of your thumb, mate. I'm talking about monitors. But anyway, and the differences between languages. Anyway, but anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at 43-inch things. The thing is, I don't need a gaming monitor, because I never ever play games ever.
Yeah.
So I don't need the what do you call it? High
the refresh rate.
Yeah. So if you're getting a gaming monitor that size, you're paying well over $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
So all I need really is like a big high resolution telly, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what is interesting is do you know what I find absolutely fascinating is to just think at some point a certain group of people or whatever decided what each measurement was. So who decided an inch was an inch? Do you know what I mean? Like that width, that length, who decided, right, we'll call that an inch and it's going to be this amount? And who decided that this is going to be a centimeter? Who decided that, it's weird to think about, isn't it?
I think that's where it gets even weirder, because I've got a feeling, I'm not sure about this, but I think it was a French bloke who invented inches.
Right.
It's something weird like that. It's something weird that it was invented in France. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did just know all that sort of stuff, but
I found it bizarre to think about, like, who decided that, a liter is a liter, and who decided that an inch is an inch and stuff like that. Like at some point in time, they said, right, this is going to be called an inch, and it's going to be this long, and then we're going to measure things in inches, and then that's it. Then it's universal. And this much liquid is going to be a liter, and then that's it. That's what we're going to use.
Yeah, but all the System International or the SI units, they're all brilliant because like a liter of water weighs a kilogram. So a milliliter weighs a gram and all that sort of stuff. It's really good. Actually, N4C here, and this guy in the chat. He said monitors are measured in inches primarily due to the historical dominance of the US in early television and computer technology.
Sounds like N4 has just been on Grok. I'm only joking. Thank you very much for that information. Right, let's catch up on the chat for a second, and then we'll run into what it is you want to show, mate.
Oh yeah. So
we spoke about mid-caps memes before, Dave, but all are full sending. Yeah, we'll have a look at memes. Actually, I think memes will be a great thing to cover on this stream. When Pope coin, that's already happened, mate. There was already one, and then it sent from like literally hardly anything. It had no value, and it went to like 5 million, like an hour or a couple of hours. Thomas Matt took a gamble on Zebro and then is up 122%, and is up 191% on a few. Well done to you, mate. Crypto Bro, how we doing? Lee, no, I did not meet up with him. No, I didn't even know he was in Liverpool. And Justin says, don't the French measure in baguettes? Yeah, we should probably ask Listy, shouldn't we?
Bowie.
And Reggie says, Bonnie blew the sides on what an inch is. I tell you what, I was on Twitter yesterday, right? And there was quite a very interesting video that she posted on her Twitter yesterday. Let me tell you, there was quite in it, yeah. That's all I'll say. Very, very interesting, and it made me laugh. Like, I can't lie. Litre of fuel in UK is different than a litre in USA. Of course it is. Of course it is.
No, it isn't.
I don't know. Is it not?
A gallon is.
It's a gallon. Wait, what? A gallon's difference?
No, US don't know what litres are.
No, they measure in gallons, don't they?
They do,
a gallon's about, is it like 7 litres or something like that?
It's a little bit smaller than our gallons. So quite often when they say they've got like a Corvette that does 9 to the gallon or something, it's not actually quite as bad as it sounds.
Yeah. Mr. Delta's here. He's finally back.
Oh, thank God for that.
Mr. Delta is here. You're out of prison, mate.
Yeah.
The realization. And then Dave, I didn't say I was friends. Not one point did I say I was friends with her. When did I say that, Reggie, man? I didn't. I know I was not one of the 1,000, but Wiz was. Wiz has actually met her in person. True story as well. So yeah, there we go. Right, shall I put your screen on, mate?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. You're on.
Bada boom, bada. Oh, that's who says that? That's that bloody Frankie Candles bloke, isn't it?
Who?
Frankie Candles. He's an American YouTuber. He's on it quite late at night, quite often. He always says bada boom, bada bing all the time.
Oh, right.
He's. I mean, I find it really difficult to listen to. It's like, can you just calm down, mate? Like.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here we have, by the miracles of Tinternet, I've moved over that money from one account to the other, whilst being on a live stream as well, which I would never suggest doing. Actually, concentrate when you do that and make sure you do it right. Right, obviously I didn't. Anyway, right. So here, I've got. Let's see what I've got, because I can't remember actually. I think here Have I got a trade open? I've got a trade open. I'll tell you what, let's what's that, 14%? Oh, I'm going to close that. Should I close it? Yeah.
Oh, he's going to do it. Oh, right. He's done it.
I've done it. Right, okay. Right, so, so what I'm going to do, I want to set up the bot, you see. And I want to set it up as a similar-ish kind of amount of money of what I've got the other bot set up with. I should probably say at the moment, it's not actually possible to run both bots on one BLOFIN account. Dean, aka SMFC, the brains behind Stonksy, he is talking to BLOFIN at the moment about getting that changed. So, you can run at least two copy trading accounts. I don't know why they have that restriction, to be honest. Is it to stop people going mad, I suppose?
I don't know. I really don't know. Or maybe it's just to maybe in an effort to get more accounts created or something. I don't know.
Well, why would they want to do that though? Because
I don't know. Or maybe it's just one of them things they've not got round to doing. There's a few things, isn't there? Like, like obviously like the partial take profits and stuff like that on the app against the web app and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of them things where it's been on the development list and maybe they've just not got round to it yet.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I did this. I did this a few weeks ago. Where's all my money gone? I know. I did this a few weeks ago, and there's a slight peculiarity to doing it. So for anyone who hasn't used the bot yet or hasn't used copy trading in BLOFIN, I'm just going to go through it again because I think it's worth doing. So at the moment, I've got 482 USDT in my funding account there, and I want to do copy trading. Okay, I'm going to look at all traders. Now, what you need to do when you sign up for Stonksy, you need to sign up to BLOFIN using the BLOFIN partner link that miraculously you've just posted in the chat, haven't you?
And look at that. See, we've not even been on stream together full time that long, and we're already telepathic.
I know. We're just working together. We're like
the Chuckle Brothers.
Morecambe and Wise.
The Chuckle Brothers.
Chuckle Brothers.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway, so you need to sign up to that BLOFIN account there. Well, with that link rather. And when you do that, you get a UID. Okay, so if you go to your profile, you'll see your UID, and you send that to Dave. You do that on Discord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have to become your friend first of all?
No. My messages are open.
Oh, okay, right. So I think you're just at David, aren't you, on that?
I can't even remember what it is, but if you put at Dave here, you'll see a guy called Dave come up here.
He'll pop up and you'll recognise his face.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Anyway, but so you need to send over your UID from BLOFIN, and what else do you need? Is that it? Is that all you need?
Yeah, just need the UID, and then we'll whitelist you for both.
Right.
So you can use either on whatever one you want.
Because if you don't do that, what happens if you can go here and you can see both bots. Okay, you can see Stonksy bot low, Stonksy high frequency. You'll see both of those, but if you try and copy them, it will say this has been whitelisted. You have to get permission from Dave. Well, it doesn't say that, but it says you have to get permission from the whatever they're called, master trader, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so do that first, and then what happens? You actually get an email saying that it's like BLOFIN ID, whatever, has invited you to do copy trading with this bot, with this copy trading account. So that's the process there. And then once you're there, you can copy it. Now, I've already got the high frequency one running on the other account that I've showed you already. So I'm going to copy this one and see if I can remember how it works. Okay, so first of all, I need some money. So if I go copy. Now, I didn't expect that to happen.
What's happened?
Oh, did you? Oh, I think you whitelisted me for the other account, didn't you?
I whitelisted you on both.
Did you?
Well, I don't know. Are you whitelisted? Hang on.
No.
Hang on. I'm sure. Yeah, the one that you sent me, I sent to Dean and asked him to whitelist it. Let's see what it's saying. Hang on. I was just doing something. Go on, try and join it.
So let me just refresh this page. Oh, right. So I didn't realize I wasn't showing that page. Okay, so go. Right, you can see it now. So go copy. Why is that saying that?
Hang on. Let me just go and check. It's the one that was. Hang on. Where is it? The one that was ending in. It's the. Hang on. The account that was ending in 326, isn't it? Yeah.
Hang on.
That right.
Oh, hang on. Would I have got 2 emails about that?
You probably would have got an email, yeah.
And would I have got one for each bot though? For each.
I don't know. Why have you had one email through?
Yeah.
I'll message Dean now.
Oh, that's annoying.
Hang on, we should be able to sort it now.
You hear the speed he's typing away.
There you go. I've messaged Dean. Should be able to sort it now. Hang on. He's replied to something else, so it should be on the case. Just give it a second.
Okay.
Scottish Crypto says, "What a team!" Yes, that's it. We are the best team. Are you doing a US Open poll today, Dave? We will be, yeah, mate. Thank you for reminding me. I'll put that out now.
I will warn you, by the way. I'll need to shoot off at pretty much 3 on the dot, actually.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. No worries. That is more than fine. Right, let me do this poll. All right, poll's going up, guys. There we go in the chat. All right, let me see. Wait for Dean to reply back. It does kind of look like it wants to go again, Bitcoin. Afternoon, Gold Sniper. How we doing?
Yeah, what it is, Dave. I'm only whitelisted for the high frequency one.
Right, okay, hang on. Right, I've just told it. I've asked him to do it. I've just messaged him again.
Okay.
And then we should be on. In the meantime, shall we look at? I suppose you're not on any. You're not on the account that's following it, so we can't even look at that again. Hopefully, it should be done in a sec, and then we can crack on with that. So it's probably my fault. I just sent him the number and said whitelist it, but he probably just automatically put it on the high frequency one because that's obviously the one that most people like following.
Yeah. And by the way, what my plan is I've copied this. Hang on. Oops.
Afternoon, Gold Sniper. How we doing? What is happening in Turkey? No idea. I have no idea what's happening in Turkey. What is happening in Turkey? I don't know. Earthquake in Istanbul, apparently.
Is it?
Okay.
Damn.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I'm just going to say when I do get it sorted, what my plan is I've copied this this sheet here in my spreadsheet to one called low frequency, and I think my plan is I'll probably start that off with a different amount.
Yeah.
But I'll do the same thing here, and I'll see how it does over a month. So that will be up until the 23rd of May. And yeah, and then we can compare the bots. What I'm really hoping is that, you know, if one takes a bit of a loss, then the other one's doing all right, and that kind of thing, you know, it averages out as being pretty good. That's what I'm hoping for.
Right.
Yeah.
It's done. If you want to check now, if you want to refresh the page.
Okay, let's go back.
You should be able to join the low frequency one now.
Right, so I'm going to share this tab instead. All right, so let's give it a go. So I'll wait for Stonk. Where's? Oh, hang on, that's a leaderboard. Right. Okay. So Stonksy low frequency. Copy. Okay. Now you can see why no one's following it, because the ROI doesn't look very good. But in actual fact, if you look at it over the last 2 weeks, it's looking all right. That's because there was loads of testing happening before that.
Are you on? Are you in?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
there
sorry,
we go.
I keep forgetting to click my thingy, don't I?
Scottish says, do you guys think we sell in May and walk away? I have no idea, mate.
I actually think all that kind of.
I don't think it really does anything, does it? I think it's just a saying. I don't know.
I think all that standard cycle kind of idea, I think that's all out the window now, because there's so many other things affecting everything, particularly crypto anyway. Although apparently that has been the case with like traditional stocks for like hundreds of years. So
yeah,
there is that really. I don't think.
Hello, Mr. Delta. Mr. Delta saying hello in the chat. Hello.
Oh, good.
We can still see you, mate. We can still see your comment.
I know. Yeah. Just keep saying hello every 5 minutes just to make sure.
Yeah. Just need to make sure you're still there.
Yeah. Anyway, just for anyone wondering what we're on about, Mr. Delta was very, very naughty, so we banned him.
Yeah, we put him in jail.
That's actually not true, actually, but there was a technical problem why his comments were just disappearing, and because he had an extremely offensive username. No, it wasn't actually. But it's worth noting actually, if your username is something like scam coin or something like that, then you probably won't be able to comment at all. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. There's SMFC saying you need to approve it first. I don't think I did actually.
You're on, aren't you? I think.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually. Maybe you have to prove it once for. That doesn't make sense. Oh, anyway. Well, I'm here now anyway. So, I haven't tried to copy yet, though, have I? Okay, this is a good point. So if I go copy now, it'll probably say I can't do it. Right. Yeah. So it says accept invitation and start copying. Brilliant. Right, let's go over to the thingy. Well, I'm just nipping over to my email. Why haven't I got an email?
You don't need to. Once you start if you accept the invitation on there, I don't think you need to accept the email, do
you? Yeah, I haven't bloody got it.
I think you just press copy and then accept. Press copy again.
Hang on a sec. It feels like you're probably too young to remember Blue Peter, aren't you?
No, I remember Blue Peter well. I used to watch it.
Yeah, but okay. You know that when he used to try stuff out live, it never worked, right? I don't know.
Chopsy, how we doing? Great to see you in the chat.
Because I didn't refresh the page.
There we go. You're in. Are you? No. Go on. Copy. Copy now.
It says I need to accept the.
Just press copy now. Yeah, there you go. You're in. You just need to put in how much you want to put in, and then you're in.
I didn't expect that to happen. Okay, right. Anyway, so look, here we go. So this is slightly different to how I remember it before. So the smart copy, we decided that I wasn't going to use that before because by default, let's just click that first. By default, that would only use quite a small portion of my fund there, and I want to use more really. So I've decided to use the traditional one. Okay, and you can click advanced there to get all the bits and bobs.
Yeah.
So first of all, that says multiplier. Now, if you look at that, that says set a margin as a multiple of the trader's investment. I didn't want to do that. What I wanted to do was change that to fixed amount. Okay. And then the total I was investing, okay, I could just use all the amount there, 483. But what I've discovered is if you just put in, why does it say between 10 and 1,000?
Because I'm guessing the low frequency one maybe hasn't been upped.
Oh, that is quite low, isn't it? Okay, so it's just 1,000.
Yeah, I don't know. SMFC is in the chat though. The high frequency one lets you use $3,000 a margin. I'm guessing maybe the low frequency one just hasn't been upped yet.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to put that as cost per order. That total investment. I can't remember what I did before now. Did I just put 483 in there? Oh, that's what I did before, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then you need to do your cost per order.
Yeah, well, I just put that on as much as possible, and then it just uses whatever's there, I think.
Wow.
I think. That's probably not advisable, by the way. Just, if you're unsure, just put in a smaller amount, like 200 or something. So copy traders margin mode, I'm going to do that. Copy traders leverage. I really want to increase this because I did before and it seemed to work out all right. So I don't know, SMFC can advise me otherwise if he likes, but I'm just going to put that on 10. Take profit and stop loss. I'm just going to leave that as it is for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to do that, click submit and go.
Yeah.
Right, total amount must be more than the individual copy amount. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think you can put cost per order higher, can you? I think you have to put it on. I think you have to put it on par or below.
So how have I done that with my current one? I've definitely done that.
I don't know. Is that what it said then? Spud says, can we up it to 10,000? I think we need to get it up to 10,000 on the high frequency one. Yeah, the one that everyone's following. We definitely need to get it up from 3,000.
Yeah, I believe the limit, the limit for for all the copy traders is 50,000. So that should be the maximum we can go for. So the idea is 50,000. You could do that on 20x leverage if you're a complete lunatic.
Yeah,
which would give you $1 million position size.
Yeah.
So let's just do this for the time being. Okay. Well, that's done.
And you're on?
Yeah, that seemed a little bit different to my other one. I'm not quite sure. I might have to go back and
go back and check.
Yeah, but
I'll go back and check sometime.
I'll probably do that off stream actually. Okay, so this bot is not in a position currently. You can see this one here. What did it do? It closed. It doesn't actually tell you when it closed, does it? So that closed at 85. Oh, it closed a long time ago. Or maybe that was yesterday, actually. Okay. Well, let's see what that one does anyway.
Well, the strategy is getting shifted up on this one too, which I'm sure SMFC can confirm.
Okay.
But then, obviously, I imagine once we announce the strategy has been shifted up on it, we'll probably see more people follow that one alongside the high frequency one, which most people are following on, aren't they? Okay. Yeah, he says, yeah, it's all going to change. Because at the moment, obviously, everyone wants a bot, everyone wants to follow the bot with more trades, more action, which is obviously the high frequency one, the low frequency one. As you can see, there is only 2 of our users following it, with you being one of them. So, nice amount of assets under management, though. Yeah. He says, I've had to rewrite the entire mechanism.
Blimey.
Yeah, so it should be good. Look out for that in the Discord. But in the meantime, obviously, the high frequency one is the one that's giving the action. But you're nicely positioned now, mate, to take advantage on any trade on this. But also when it switches over, obviously, you won't have to do anything then. You'll be ready to follow that other strategy, won't you?
Yeah, hopefully Hopefully it'll happen soon. So do you know when we're looking at there, Dean? Are we looking at days or next week or what? That'd be good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not, well, if you can say in the chat, but I'm not aware of any sort of time on it.
Okay. Well, that's that done. So yeah, well, that's ready to go. So what I'll do, I'll put that amount. Hang on. Right, so it's 483 is what I've got in there ready for trading. So that's what I'm starting off with, 483 USDT on the 23rd of April. I'll put that into the spreadsheet and see how that grows, but that should be good.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic.
Okay, our SMFC just said depends on how long it takes. So okay, it's chugging along. Got a few more bits to iron out. Okay, brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. So how long is a piece of string, basically?
Well, you can buy it in different lengths, can't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so we do have 5 minutes until the open, but that was that was a great little interlude on how to follow the bot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that probably isn't worth chopping up and making a video out of, because
I don't think so. No,
I just sounded really confused there, and like I was making a complete mess of it, and everything seemed different. A lot of that might be to do with BLOFIN themselves, I think. I don't know if the copy trading feature is fairly new or whatever, but it does seem like there's a few bits and pieces missing off various things. I don't know if it's new.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, I mean, it's always good for us to find areas where we can maybe go to them and say, can you do this or could you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by the way, if anyone's ever tempted to follow one of these traders with, like, ridiculous ROIs, be very careful, because I did that a few years ago on Bybit, and it's really weird how it works, because these people, what they're interested in getting their portion of the trades. So they want as many people trading there as possible, and they don't really care sort of how they get them. And the way they get these really good ROIs is what they'll do loads of like very small trades, and if it's like 1% in profit, they'll close it, and they'll try and make it so they don't lose any trades. But in actual fact, what they'll have is like lots and lots of like tiny trades slightly in profit. So that way they get to the top of the leaderboard, and then when you follow them, what you find is like your amount of money increases slightly every day. You think this is great, and all of a sudden they'll do one massive F up and they'll get wiped out, and so do you. And all I'm saying is, I don't want to slag off BLOFIN's copy trading thing, because I'm sure it's as good as any other copy trading thing. It's just that the people who appear to be doing really well are using some rather cunning techniques to get to the top of the leaderboard that in the long run won't work in your favor, in my experience.
Yeah, you get that across all exchanges though, don't you? You see these people on the copy trade section across them all. Yeah,
and it was really bad, because I was doing it over on Bybit, and I was like comparing different traders, and I was trying to find the best ones, and I got it from like $200 to like sort of like 4,000, and then there was a big dump in the market, and like everything got liquidated. Like it's like $4,000 gone.
Yeah.
Like that. Now that shouldn't happen at all with the Stonksy bot ones. So yeah, there's that. Do you want to take back the screen for the open or not?
We can do. It's up to you, mate. If you just want to whack a Bitcoin chart up, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're only really interested in Bitcoin, aren't
we?
The US Open hasn't really been giving much anyway. I don't know whether we'll get much today or not. Lee Scully says on the bot, it'd be great to see the data open and close. It's it's nothing to do with us, that, mate. It's BLOFIN. It's just how BLOFIN sets up the copy trade and how it's displayed. Mr. Delta is back. He's back with a vengeance as well, by the looks of it.
Oh, what? Mind your language, though.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to have to put you in jail again.
Anyway, it's good you're there, mate, because I think you keep pinging my phone, and if you leave an audio message, I can't listen to it. I think he does that because he's driving a van.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, don't trade and drive. Oh, there you go.
There we go. We are open.
And it's
ready for it. Ready for it. SMFC says, looking on getting a link between the bot and Discord, we will be able to track it all on there if I can get it set up. So there you go.
Oh, that'd be good.
There you go, Lee. So there's an answer to your request. SMFC is going to set something up on Discord. He's a cook, isn't he? He's just a cook, and he's got a big pot, and he's stirring up all these ingredients in this big pot. And you just have to wait for each dish to be served. Just patience, isn't it? Just patience.
I know. It's just licking the spoon.
He is. It's a big, massive wooden spoon as well, and he's just stirring it up, and it's looking all nice and juicy, and it looks delicious. And he's put lots of nice seasonings in it.
Oh, it's going up.
It is again. It's going up again. Chef MFC. Yeah. Chef MFC. Yeah, I like it.
This is good.
I like it a lot.
Can you hear my desk going up?
Not really, no.
Okay. So I've been sitting down too long. I thought to stand up. Oh, that's better. Good. Excellent. Now, what I was looking at...
Oh, we are going up, aren't we?
Yeah, what I was looking at before was...
What was we looking at? Go on. Hit me with it.
I'll just turn Stonksy off for a minute. This area over here, this was back in February. There's quite a lot going on there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This sort of area here, I think that's where we're going to see... I don't know.
Potentially. I mean, we've got that from where you was looking there. You can kind of see where price would come into supply as well. Looks like around 96, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, what's it called? The VRV. That's it.
VRVP.
I'll tell you what I didn't do. I completely forgot to upgrade me what do you call it? Me trading view at Easter. And I don't want to do it now because I don't want to pay full price.
Let's see what you're gonna do now, eh? What you gonna do now?
I'm gonna have to wait till Black Friday.
Yeah. Well, is it gonna be marked as a third giga day in a row? Are we gonna get 3 just absolutely monstrous moves in a row for 3 consecutive days? Or do you think maybe we cool down? We could always just chop around here now. We don't always have to go up or down straight away. We could just chop around here potentially.
Could do, yeah. Tell you what I do with the VRVP, by the way. I stick a 0 there, make it 240, because I think that looks too coarse over there.
Right.
If you do the 240,
yeah.
Why hasn't that changed? Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you do it 240, it makes it all a bit sort of smoother, doesn't it? A bit more fine. I mean, you can see why we jumped up, though. Look at that big sort of void there, you know?
Yeah.
Just nothing happening there, is it? So, yeah, this level around here, there's a node at 96. I think we'll hang around here for a while, myself. And then we'll either drop back down or we'll go up further, I think.
It would be. Can you imagine if it just doesn't really give many pullbacks and it just goes all the way back towards the highs with just a non-stop kind of run?
Yeah. I mean, it'll either go there or go here, wouldn't it?
Well, what I was going to say was, imagine it would be incredibly demoralizing if it. Imagine if it just retraced the whole thing. Imagine if it just. We've had this incredible start to the week, and on Sunday it's right back to where it started.
Well, that's why I'm determined with this Bybit one. This one here. I'm determined not to fiddle with it because I really want this to be. I really want this to be an intact trade. When it's up at 100 grand or something. And then I can show off the thingy there saying entry price 86,472, and that would be like 109 or something. And then it'd be like 1,000,000%. And I really want that to happen. So I'm going to try and not mess with this one, but I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep pushing the stop loss up there, and then one day it'll have a bit of a nuke, and then it'll hit the stop loss, and that'll be the end of that. Because this is the sort of thing like MM did, wasn't it? Back in when he was in Thailand back in 2020, he had like it was a bit more than that. I think it was but it was only about he had about 7 grand or something like that on a Bybit account, and it was when Bitcoin was down at 7 grand or something, and then I think it's still open, and he's messed around with it a little bit, but it's now 50 million or something.
Yeah. I tell you what, that's a nasty open candle that in the first couple of minutes, isn't it?
Oh, what's he done?
Oh, that's a nasty 5-minute candle.
Looks all right. The 4 hour.
Yeah, you can't really see from there. See you tomorrow, Lee. Thank you for joining. Afternoon, Florin. Great to see you. Do make sure, if you haven't already, do smash the like button. Do subscribe if you're new as well. And of course, if you do want to get Stonksy, where you get whitelisted for the trading bots we're running on BLOFIN, of course, an absolute monster trade yesterday on the run-up. You can, of course, do that and get 20% off your first month using code BOT20. Link is in the description alongside the discount code. Make sure you take advantage of that. As many people have, I think many people are very impressed with the results that we've been posting on Twitter, and we've had a good amount of people. We've had a good handful of people sign up from last night onwards, which is good. So yeah, do make sure you take advantage of that.
That's a mental dump.
This is it, mate. This is the start of the retrace now.
That's it. It's all over.
It's all over. All the way back to the start, back towards 82k now. Imagine 2-day bull market, back to the lows.
What's that about?
I don't know. I don't know whether I should mention it or not, but I am actually short, and I actually currently. Oh, that's a good absorption. That's really good. Whoa! Look at that. That's superb absorption. Look at that. It's directly following this movement that we've just had on the SPX. Just completely absorbed any selling pressure. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what. Have we just had some news or something?
So what were you saying about your short?
Yeah, I think it's probably just stopped me out at break even, actually. I've probably just been stopped out at break even. What I was going to say, I did have a really nice one on from 94.3, and I thought, maybe there's a chance I've got close to the top here. But it doesn't look like it, does it?
Wow.
What's happened there? That was a wild candle, that, wasn't it?
I've absolutely no idea what happened there.
Have we had some news? Let me have a look on Twitter real quick. That was a really big liquidation, both sides. That. Not sure. Not seeing anything posted on Twitter, but that was a wild liquidation, wasn't it? Both sides there.
Yeah, and you see, this is why I want to leave this trade here, because something like that doesn't matter.
Yeah, and back to that was crazy. I don't know what happened there on Bitcoin. It had a wild candle on the SPX as well. Yeah, crazy.
Is that this earthquake news or something? Or...
I don't know. It caused an earthquake in the markets, didn't it? By the looks of it. Bitcoin chart gone mad. No rules apply anymore. Well, I've just had a look on Twitter and I can't see anything that would have caused it, because that was a. Let's go on a 1 minute chart. Yeah, that was wild, wasn't it? I don't know. I haven't got an answer for anyone, unfortunately. Unless it was just liquidity games being played.
Wow. Okay.
Very interesting. Very interesting. But I tell you what, on any sort of dip that it's getting, there is like strong demand coming in, isn't there? Tariff news. What was the tariff news, Wiz? Come on, don't just leave us with that. Don't just put that in. What happened? Tariff news. Great.
Yeah.
Any information on what it was? Speculation about a new system for the US or with China. Well, do you not think that that's probably what the market is anticipating anyway? So this move that we've had up, obviously on the way up this week, that not probably largely the market pricing in a trade deal with China, you would imagine. It's not exactly like a secret that they're looking to do a deal, is it? So, I mean, personally, I would have thought the move that we've had, yesterday, Monday, obviously we've had a crawl up a bit today as well on the daily, that it probably is the market pricing in, some good news coming. I don't know. What does everyone else think? That was mental, though. I tell you what, Bitcoin PA is absolutely crazy now, isn't it? It's like...
Well, it is, but sometimes it does things that are really, really nice. Like this thing here I was on about the other week. So we'd had that downwards. Oh, my computer's gone a bit slow now. Let's just turn the Stonksy off for a minute.
Oh no!
What?
The computer's gone a bit slow.
Yeah, I don't. It's obviously heard and thinking about getting a new one, so it's misbehaving. We did that downwards resistance line here from like January. We broke out of that, and then I thought, oh, okay, there's probably like another one here. And there's exactly did that, didn't it? So I was probably Justin quaking in his boots as I speak about this, but it broke out of there and up we went. And then this was an area of resistance that Block Pro was talking about. It was like bang straight through that.
Yeah.
And then up to where we are now. I mean, and also, back down here, there was this like, lovely double bottom there. It was just played absolutely beautifully. It couldn't have been better, really.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what's making me think a bit more bullish though. Is, last Friday I was talking about these moving average things, and I was looking at the 21 and 55.
Yeah.
And this was last. Hang on. So I was talking about it on Friday. So where were we? Wednesday. Was that it? Oh, yeah. So I was talking about this yellow and the green line. The green is a 55 EMA. The yellow is a 21 EMA. And I was saying on Friday, if those two cross, then we should go up. And they actually crossed on the Saturday, and up we went. And because that's the 12-hour, I'm also now looking at the daily. And when it appears, there you go. Look, they're about to cross there as well. Now, the last time they did that was here, which was last September.
Yeah.
When we were down at 60 grand. So that's looking, if that happens, I'm going to be very, very bullish for like much higher prices. And what's also worth looking at as well is Ethereum. Because if you look at that on the 12-hour time frame, just wait for my thingies to appear. Right. So those are actually starting to get a little bit close as well. Now, the last time they went bullish was November.
Mm-hmm.
When we went from 2.5K up to, oh, sorry. Sorry, say that again. Right, so the last time, well, this time here when they went bullish, this was actually in November 2024. And that went from, is that right? Yeah. And that went from like 1.7K up to 4K. It wasn't 4K, was it?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting, you know, it's so recent that Ethereum...
Yeah, when it was, and if you notice as well, actually, like, obviously in hindsight now, but if you zoom out even more, say if you go to, what do you want at the moment? The 12-hour chart. So say if you go to the daily chart,
right,
it actually put in like a perfect, like, well, a very nice triple top there. You see like one peak, two peak, and kind of just like, you know, in hindsight, you look back at it and go, well, all it did was literally just slam into resistance. Like, that would have been such a good risk reward on a short there, wouldn't it? Like, hindsight, obviously. But yeah, go on, carry on. What were you saying, mate? Anyway, on the 12-hour.
Yeah, well, actually, just while we're there, yeah. So the daily crossing bullish, it did that November last year, and then it kind of like went up loads. Then it went bearish January, okay. But look at the 12-hour, because the 12-hour is more likely to cross sooner, I think. So that one went bullish in November last year. Then it went up to wherever that was, 4K. Then it went bearish here in December. They did a little cross there, but not much.
Yeah,
and that's been downhill since. Now that to me looks like that could turn around soon. So if that does, what's that going to do? Probably it's going to go up to here again, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would imagine it's going to get a strong relief. It's been absolutely battered, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been absolutely battered, and I think just the overall sentiment on it suggests that it is due some kind of relief slash what would you call it? What would you want to call it? Relief, or I don't know.
Yeah. So even if that just went to
rally, whatever,
3.6K, that's going to double in price.
Yeah.
If anyone buys it.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? And you would imagine, like, it's quite interesting to think, okay, well, where would Bitcoin need to go for that to happen? It wouldn't actually really probably need to go that high, as long as there's some rotational play. So, we see dominance coming down.
Yeah.
Suggesting that there's, some rotation out of Bitcoin into others. Potentially even, we see Bitcoin just pop up towards 100 and maybe even above. That could be enough to see ETH get a real shift on, as long as Bitcoin kind of holds steady against any downside.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very interested to see how it plays out. And there's no doubt, yeah, you would imagine ETH gets some relief on it at some point. It kind of has started. I mean, yesterday it had a really good day, didn't it? I think it outperformed Bitcoin massively yesterday. If we look at ETH Bitcoin and we go on to the 1 hour, I know we're still on your screen, but I'm just looking myself for commentary. Since we started rallying, since it started moving yesterday, it's gained some real ground on Bitcoin from where it was yesterday. So yeah, you maybe not be surprised on for how quick it could potentially recover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looks awful on the 12-hour time frame, but yeah, I know if you zoom in.
Yeah, which is all you can do in it, because you zoom out and long term, yeah, the trend is horrific, and the movement on it is horrific. But I suppose at some point, one trend has to, a trend shifts to another. and obviously it starts on the low time frame, doesn't it? A shift in a trend starts on the lower time frame, and then takes a while to be evident on the higher time frame. But at some point, on the low time frame, it has to take a turn and start to show signs of strength. Which, if he's going to gain some ground or show some decent sized relief bounce, it has to show that strength on the low time frame too.
Yeah, just looking at Math's comment, he's saying, did the price hit yesterday's close? Still got to go higher.
It went well above yesterday's close, mate. So today, on that, if you're on about that spike that we had on the kind of really low time frame, then it took out today's high. So today's high at 9 o'clock, it come and took that out, and then dropped back down. That was on the news. So what we said about the China news, it's I think it's been reported that they're looking to reduce tariffs by 50% on China. But again, that makes sense. Like, the market probably just moving this week in anticipation of some good news coming. Markets are forward looking, aren't they? So, the market is probably alongside, look at the SPX, very, very similar to Bitcoin in the way it's moving, just non-stop rallying from Monday onwards. Actually, was it? Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the week plays out. Currently, as it stands on the weekly chart, the weekly chart looks phenomenal at the moment.
I mean, it's doing great. I mean, it was only like, a day and a bit ago, we were dreaming of 88, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it seemed an eternity away, really, didn't it? When you think about it.
Yeah.
Just it is fascinating how quickly things can change.
Yeah.
Especially in crypto.
So Hopsy 1.3k movement within 1 minute candle. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I mean, what that was basically used as just a liquidation of the upside. That just went and literally just liquidated any shorts. That was to the upside. So that had the stops anyway. That had the stops above there. But the SPX is grinding higher. The SPX is just on the way up since open. Non-stop grinding. So potentially maybe we see Bitcoin follow. Bitcoin's kind of stalled, but I do know Bitcoin did kind of really start showing its hand a lot sooner than the SPX, didn't it? So maybe it's just a case of the fact that Bitcoin moved first and maybe Bitcoin slows down now, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's all good. Just have a quick look, see if any bots opened.
Or what would you do now? So say if Stonksy bot opened a short, would you be tempted to close yours, or would you just run the fact that, well, I'm long manually and then the bot's short? So, or what would you do?
I think my idea is that because my entry's pretty good, that I'd possibly short myself on a different account, and I'd leave the bigger one open.
Right. Okay.
Because that's where I always mess up, where I keep fiddling with trades. But because I've got a good entry, I'm going to try and leave it.
Yeah, I tell you what though, mate. Last week, you was talking about wanting to be a lion ready to pounce. You pounced very, very well. You should be very happy with yourself.
I am.
If only I'd have gone with you, eh? What was it on Friday's stream that you opened these longs, or I can't remember.
I can't remember. I know.
I remember on Friday's stream you were talking about longing.
Yeah, I did have one open on Friday, and then it kind of went up and came down, and I took some profit and then closed it, and then it went back up again, and that was the one.
Right. Yeah.
But to be completely honest about how I got into that one, I was messing around with this indicator that I'm working on. It was what was I on? When was that? Friday. Oh, it's amazing how much it's come up in it.
very short amount of time. It's been an absolute face ripper of a rally, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been lovely.
I'm just going to have to pop to the toilet, actually, but I will leave you in the hands of Save with Crypto.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, what it was, this is this indicator that I didn't exactly steal it, but it was an open source indicator on TradingView, and all of a sudden it disappeared one day. And so I still had the code for it, so I thought, well, okay, I'll just republish it, under my name. But I did actually say, this belongs to whoever, and I got it banned from TradingView. What they do is they kind of hide your script, and they say, oh, it's got these problems. Now, the problem at first was my description wasn't good enough, and it wasn't, because all it said was like, I just told the story really of how I got hold of the code. So they said the description wasn't good enough, so I republished it with a better description. And when you do that, you do a screenshot. Now, they later complained that the screenshot had another indicator on it, because it actually had Stonksy in the background. And they said, you're not supposed to do that because it confuses the users. Anyway, so they banned it again. But when they did that, they also said that there's these points in the description that aren't correct or weren't clear. So at the moment, I'm putting together a description for the indicator to make it really, really clear about what it does. And it is a bit complicated, to be honest. It's got various components to it, but basically there's 4 stochastics here that all work slightly different. And what you're looking for is a confluence of these stochastics, all being below the 20% or even the 10% line. Let me just make this bigger so I can see what I'm talking about. So these are the stochastics. I've coloured these the same as what I do my EMAs. So the red one is the fastest one, and you've got a cyan one that moves a little bit faster. And you've got the slower ones, which is the yellow, and the slowest one, which is the green. And what you're looking for is these things here, which they call a quad rotation. And when these all go down here, it's normally a pretty good sign that you're at a reversal. But then sometimes you get these like red crosses here, and that means actually at the and that means that, and the red crosses mean that there's still a possibility to go down. So basically, when these red crosses stop appearing, sometimes the price goes up. As well as that, it does these straight lines here, these green ones here and these red ones here, and these are like bullish and bearish divergences. So they're useful as well. And then you've got these little green arrows here, which are what they call a super up indicator, which is where it's when these 2 of the stochastics are below the 10% line. And so what I did was I saw all this stuff down here. Was that Sunday or was that Friday? I can't remember now. I can't remember when I went into trade actually, but it was one of those days. And basically, when you see a load of stuff down here, it seems to be, a sign of a good bottom, and indeed it was.
Yeah, you love that, don't you? You love a good bottom.
I do. Anyway, so this is something I'm working on how to get it published without getting it banned. That's what I need to do. But I think what I need to do as well is come up with some good strategies and like how to use it, that kind of thing. Yeah. And I have to say, it kind of works really well in conjunction with Stonksy as well. So so that's one thing you will see from me at some point in time soon. I've just realised the time, Dave. I'm going to have to go any second now.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
I stop sharing and let you have it back.
Yeah. Throw me back, mate. But anyway, obviously, for those of you that don't know, Save with Crypto is obviously on full time now with us at Stonksy. So do make sure you go and show him some love. You can just type in his name on Twitter and on the 5 minutes going red. Do you see that pop up then? You can follow him on Twitter and obviously on YouTube. Just type in his name, Save with Crypto, and he will come up. Make sure you show him some love on both. He does deserve it more than anyone, apart from me. More than anyone apart from me. I'm only joking. But yeah, do make sure you go and show him some love, guys. He will massively appreciate it. And yeah, he definitely deserves the viewership. So yeah, go and follow him on both if you haven't already, and make sure you watch his videos and give him some likes and comments on there as well. And maybe, mate, you might want to. Do you want to plug your website before you go?
I can do, yeah.
Saveofcrypto.org, is it?
It is, yeah. You want to get it up?
That's very forward. I'll get it up. Yeah, let's see. Hang on, stop share screen. Let's see.
Probably come up like 404, not found or something.
Crypto.org. I've got it up. Hang on. Here we go. So I'm guessing. There we go. Yeah. Right. Here we go. SaveCrypto.org. Obviously, you'll find lots more information about him and his journey and obviously his YouTube channel. So do make sure you go and check that out as well. But he's on the channel every day, so you don't have to miss him for too long. He'll be back with us tomorrow. He's got to pop off now, so mate, you feel free to go if you want.
All right.
And yeah, he'll obviously be back on the channel tomorrow when we're up streaming.
Brilliant. See you all tomorrow, and thanks for coming. And do remember to give the video a like, and I'll see you tomorrow.
See you later, mate. Bye. And that was Save with Crypto. I'll be on for another 20 minutes or so, so don't go anywhere. You've still got me. Don't worry. You're in good hands, everyone. We have had a little push down on Bitcoin in the past 10 minutes or so. I am kind of in two minds. I mean, the trend, since obviously breaking up has been we consolidate and then burst back up. Now, you wouldn't even call this a pullback at this point because it's literally just had 2 red 5-minute candles. But potentially, is this maybe looking a bit toppy on the short time frame? You could put your neck out there and say yes. But we'll soon see. If we were looking for a retrace, where would you be looking to? I think, this gap here looks prime for coming back and filling in, doesn't it? I think if we look at, is it this one? So we obviously had a clear range formed here. Yeah, here we go. This was obviously, we had key range high resistance here where price broke through. Previous range here. Obviously, here's the origin of the rally. And we have got kind of step by step, but it doesn't mean that it's going there. The price is strong. So dare I say, we could even, if we saw it back up here in the next 5 minutes, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? You wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, ask him on Discord, mate. Let's get the party started. What type of party do you want, Steve-O? What type of party are you thinking? Afternoon, Sean. I think at the moment, all depends on macro news, range until any news comes in. Potentially, mate, yeah. Potentially may be the case. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. You wouldn't, if you look at here, obviously, you would identify maybe, coming down and back into here, but you wouldn't really want to see it lose 92k again, I don't think. If you look on the daily, I think it's this chart, you got your kind of key pivot points. Where's the lines? Where's my lines gone? Why's all my lines gone off this chart? Oh, here we go. Yeah, you kind of really wouldn't want to see it lose this key pivot point again, I don't think, but price will do whatever price wants, won't it? And there we go. Just key absorption again. There's definitely strong demand coming in. I don't know where from or what is the what's the cause of it, but there's definitely strong demand coming in. Price just refuses to break down at the moment. Got other ones like XRP, ETH. Yeah, we'll soon see though. I think it will be an interesting rest of the week to see where the price goes between now and then. Potentially, maybe the S&P strength holds Bitcoin up if it maybe is looking to retrace. I don't know. If this starts to retrace, then maybe that will signal, okay, we are probably going to see some downside on Bitcoin. But at the moment, I mean, look at that. It's already back at 93.6. The just refuses to go down. Said, didn't I? You wouldn't be surprised to see it back up here. Someone is liking buying Bitcoin up at these prices. On Friday, Trump said they have days to sort out Ukraine before the US bailout. We're Wednesday now, so at some point Ukraine news will pump or dump us. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know what would happen on the event of the news, but this run up on the price, across Bitcoin and across the stock market, is potentially the market pricing in some good news coming, yeah? So you wouldn't be surprised to see some news come out because the market has been rallying. So maybe it is pricing in some good news. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? The 4-hour candle doesn't look too great, though. Obviously, we've still got a long time to go on this. We've still got 2 hours. But this type of 4-hour candle is maybe something you would see at a local top. Again, it could change massively different. It could close all the way up here. Who knows? What's everyone's gut thoughts, though? You know what? I didn't even close the poll, did I? I don't think I even closed the poll. Now, 72% of people said up. I want to know what everyone's feelings is, though. Does everyone think that maybe Does everyone think maybe we've topped out? What's your feelings in the chat? Do you think we carry on going up? Do you think maybe we've reached a point of topping out? I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell you what, we could run over, though. The CSE newsletter, obviously, this goes out every Tuesday. And yours truly, me here, writes the TA for it. Now, if you notice on this one, I wish I took this because I wish I would have took my own advice. But as you can see here, I demonstrated that if I can get it, can I get a bigger version up? No, that just takes it to the CSE website. But the break above the range high was potentially going to signal a run to the yearly open, which Bitcoin did run to the yearly open, which was around somewhere here. Obviously, we've got the 200 daily moving average, which Bitcoin would have would have captured now, wouldn't it? If we go to the daily, we'll have captured, the 200 daily moving average is down at around 88.5. So again, if we do retrace down there, we don't want to see it lose this. If it loses this, then we could just start trading back within here and maybe start going towards the low 80Ks again. Still on green, though, for the time being. Still green on Stonksy on the 1 hour. Oscillators show dwindling demand. Interesting, Enforce. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that insight. Yeah, I imagine a lot of them probably are showing overbought signs. And the thing is, yeah, if there's only so much demand that can come in that will prop it up if there's none there to push it higher. Sean says, gut thought, Trump has a few days. He's been offered 100 days, so narcissistic, he will want either Ukraine sorted or China tariffs. Well, it looks like they're already crumbling on tariffs. It looks like they're already crumbling on the tariffs, doesn't it? That's already, well, they're already, I don't know if they have done or they're looking at slashing them 50%, so. Maths, there's got to be some cool off soon, and hopefully another God candle upwards might hit 85-ish first, then up. N4 says, I see a bearish divergence on the 15 minutes. Yeah, I think this is probably the area in it for where maybe we do see some kind of topping out. I don't know. But I mean, 85 is potentially, yeah. That would be obviously a big drop down from here, but may give the retrace and then bang, second leg up to properly go towards 100K or maybe more. So here's an interesting question then. Has anyone hit the short button yet? Has anyone hit the short button yet? Who's had the who's had the guts to hit the short button in this? I've had 2 of my shorts already blown out on the way up to here. I didn't follow my own TA. My own TA said if we break above 88/89k, we're going to the yearly open. That was my TA, and I didn't follow it, unfortunately. But I was kind of saved by the bot trade. So there we go. Stonksy was there to replace some of the damage. I did. Have you hit the short button, Enforce? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, you've got the SPX is kind of coming into, as you can see here, you know, you've got demand, supply coming in from this region, which, you know, we've come into, rejected, kind of popped into it there, popping into it again here. If we flip here on SPX, then you would maybe be looking at, if we go to the 4-hour, where would we maybe be looking? I mean, maybe even up towards here, I don't know. Here would probably be a bit of a sticky region, but I mean, that's where true supply came into the market. It did come in back here as well. So maybe somewhere on this candle. Maybe you just call it there. Yeah. Maybe somewhere there. I mean, again, that would provide potentially a big runway for Bitcoin, wouldn't it? But the 4-hour candle, yeah, is not looking too good at the moment. But again, plenty of time to rescue that, maybe. Yeah, DXY's had a good recovery too, hasn't it? But let me know who's in the chat that doesn't have Stonksy yet. I'm interested to know what the split is. So who in the chat is yet to get Stonksy? I'm going to put some alerts, I think, on Bitcoin for up here. If we start going back up towards here. Who in the chat doesn't have Stonksy yet? Let me know. When I look at gold, I can imagine that Bitcoin does the same, said Enforce. I mean, gold has just been non-stop, hasn't it? Gold is getting slapped today, though. Look at that. Has gold maybe topped out? That's a bad-looking weekly candle on gold, that, isn't it? Has gold maybe topped out, do we think? Oh, obviously, there's still plenty, you know, there's still another couple of days to go. But that is a bad-looking weekly candle on gold. That absorption from the upside coming into right around 3.5k as well. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Have we maybe topped out on gold? It makes you wonder, but yeah, it's getting 3.5% on gold. Heavy, heavy hit. I don't. Do you have a set stop losses and all that, or do you just bang a grand in and let it trade for you? You can do that. You can set stop losses, so you can set them in percentage of price move if you want, or you can also set it in P&L terms. But the bot will open and close them on behalf of you. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. So you know, you can just, if you just want to follow the bot solely on when it opens and closes, you can. But you can also close trades as well. So, you know, if you liking the amount of P&L that's on the table, you can just manually close the trade. Sean, you can completely run it how you want. So if you just want to let the bot trade for you from open till close, you can. If you want to set stop losses in P&L terms, you can do. If you want to manually mess with the trades, you can do. You know, on the app, on the BLOFIN app, you can set trailing, partial take profits. I don't know if you can do trailing stop. I can't remember, but you can definitely partial take profit too on the app. You can't do that on the web app for some reason. But yeah, you can manually close the trades too if you wish. A lot of people do a lot of different things, but it'd be great to see you over there, Sean. It'd be great to see you in there, mate. And obviously, for anyone else that's watching, you can get 20% off your first month with code BOT20. Click the second link in the description, take you to the Stonksy website. Then click Start Now, which will take you to this page. And then this is the option you want. The monthly one, £145 per month. Obviously, with the BOT20 discount, taking 20% off, that comes down to just 116. Click the monthly button, and then obviously put the it'll take you through to create an account, and then you of course put the discount code in at checkout. But if you do want to try the bot out and you want to pay in crypto with the discount, you can do that. Just click the email address, hyperlink here, and just email in and say, you know, hi, I'd like to try the monthly plan with the discount, and we can sort you that in crypto as well. You still get access to everything. And the best thing is it's just a monthly rolling plan. There's no contract, no ties, nothing. Like it says here, you can cancel anytime. So yeah, do make sure you take advantage of that. It'd be great to see some of you over there from the streams. Jason says, what would you recommend as the minimum amount for use the Stonksy bot? It just depends, mate. It depends on what you're looking to achieve. It depends on obviously on how much capital you have available and stuff like that. Some people on there use a couple of grand. Some people use a couple of hundred. So, for example, say with crypto, on his example that is used on stream, he put 250 USDT in at first, and he's up to over 400 now in a couple of weeks. So that's obviously starting off with a low amount, which, you know, in that time would have paid for your monthly sub on its own. And that's obviously using a low amount. Some people put a grand in, but there is a full video as well. When you join, you get access to the Discord server. And I've put a video in there covering the settings on how you can set up the settings to tailor to you based on obviously the margin you want to use per trade, if you want to alter the leverage and stuff like that. ICT is, I'm guessing you're boiling chicken, mate. I'm guessing you're boiling chicken. Maybe, am I right? But yeah, pretty much whatever, mate. Whatever you want to put in there. Like I said, you know, you can if you want to put tight risk management on it. You know, if you want to maybe put a P&L stop loss of 10% on. You can do that if you want to avoid losses. But yeah, the bot's been incredible. I think it's hit now. I think it's the last 6 out of 6 or 7 out of 7 of all closed in profit. Obviously, some people manage them manually. So some people will go and close them on their own and stuff like that. But and Enforce says, I don't have the password to the server. Have you signed up, Enforce? Are you a Stonksy user? Have you signed up? So we are getting some rollover now. As you can see, S&P is looking maybe a bit like it's struggling, which is rolling over into Bitcoin. For the time being, anyway. For the time being, we'll see what happens, won't we? But that's a nasty looking 4-hour candle forming at the moment. Okay, so you'll see, mate. There's a little password request thing. I replied to someone in there at 5 to 10 this morning. If you just DM me, my Dave, you'll see if you look in the password request channel, you'll see me in there. I replied to someone else this morning. If you just click me and DM me, or just put in password in the password request channel, I need the password, please. I need a password. We can generate your one-time password in there. Let me check. Yeah, in the password request channel, mate, just pop in saying, hi, can I have a password, please? And I'll generate you one. I'll DM you back. But for everyone who's joined in today, big thank you for joining the stream. Do make sure you drop a like before you go, subscribe, and yeah, click those links in the description. Sign up to BLOFIN as well, create your non-KYC account. And of course, it would be great to see you guys over at Stonksy if you haven't signed up yet. But for now, that's all for me. I'll obviously be back tomorrow with Save with Crypto. We'll be looking at where Bitcoin is between what's happened between now and then. Is this looking toppy on Bitcoin, or are we going to come back tomorrow and we're around the same levels or gone even higher? We will see, won't we? But enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.